What's up, everybody? So today is day 12 of the TGO challenge. We've got 27 miles left, just about somewhere in there, and some change depending on what route I take, but no more than like 30, so we're almost done. Just had breakfast, just got to load everything up, get switched into my hiking gear, not my town clothes. And then off we'll go. Today's going to be a lot of, how should we say it, road walking. So the feet are definitely going to hurt today. There's no way around it once you get out to the east. Lots of single track and like asphalt. So we're going to get packed up here, get together all my stuff. Because I'm a bit of a kook, I unload my entire backpack to make sure I have everything, that I haven't lost anything. I stack it all up nicely, and then I load everything in from like the inside all the way to the top to where I close it up, and then from there I load everything in. I'm a bit of a weirdo when it comes to it. It's the way I do things. But yeah, let's get this show on the road. It's kind of early. I fell asleep quite early last night, so I got a good 10 hours. So I'm feeling good, so let's do this. Let's do this. What I mean by kind of get everything laid out. I do this every night. Even in my tent, everything has a place where it goes. And then I stuff it into that right there. So let's get to it. All right, so there was a sign back there called Kortaki, and it's 3 miles up to it. That is actually where I'm supposed to be camping tomorrow night, which means that we're like a day and a half ahead of schedule or something like that, because I wasn't supposed to be there until like evening tomorrow night. And we're basically into Montrose already. Well, you know, we're on the eve of being there. And I would have had one more night after that to get into Montrose if I would have stayed at Cortaki tonight. So we're making good time on this lower route. But yeah, it's been basically dodge the tractor and dodge the car kind of thing today. But that's all good. We are nearly 5 miles in for the day, which is really good. We're moving pretty quick. I think we're about to click over 2 hours walking, so we're making good pace. Anyways, enough of me yapping. Let's keep on walking. It's been 5 miles and an hour and 30 minutes. We're going to take a quick break right here at this forestry road entrance and kind of rest our feet real quick. We've been pushing it out pretty quickly, so we're just going to enjoy the break right on the highway and then get going again. I think we're going to break today down by 5 miles apiece and see where we get before the end of the day. It's still young. I think what is it like? It's 10:30. So we're gonna keep on pressing on. Here we go. Another helpful sign. Let's go this way. So no joke, I've seen around like 50 dead birds or more. I know bird flu is hitting England pretty bad, but seems like it's hitting a lot of the birds pretty bad. Today's been the worst, seeing them like littered all over the roads. It's been insane. So we're now making our way towards Oathlaw, a small little village, and that's where we're gonna connect up to a little bit after that. So we're gonna connect up to my old path. Where we should be in 2 days' time. Yeah, we're gonna cross paths with it and follow it the rest of the way to Montrose. Not too far now and we'll be in Oathlaw. After 2 hours of holding it, nearly 9 miles, I finally got to empty the tank. Thank you, Oathlaw wood. Oh boy. We're on track to do 10 before at least noon, so let's keep going. There's a horse up in the road ahead. Here we go, we're coming up to Milton of Finnevin. And in Milton of Finnevin is 2 different historical things. One being Finnevin Castle, which was built in the early 14th century, completed in the 16th century, with some extensive renovations and add-ons and stuff like that. It was known for one of the larger noble families in Scotland. And then we're going to be passing by Finnevin Fort, which was built around the time of the Romans being here in Scotland. And it was largely kind of a Pictish fort built for defense against them, from the things that I've read. I'm hoping we get to see them. It gets real forested over there, so my hope is that we can get a peek at them or whatnot. But yeah, we're going through a pretty historical area right now, and it should be some fun for us. I love history, so anyways, let's keep on keeping on. And that would be the A90. We're gonna have fun trying to get across there. Yep. Woo. That was not sketch at all. We are now in Milton of Finnevin, walking the streets. We got 10, but not before 12. It's 12:15, but still, we'll count it as 12. Oh, that's sad. Well, that was a good quick lunch. Took about 20 minutes just to let my feet rest, and fill up on some water, some food, some electrolytes, because I'm starting to cramp up pretty bad. Yeah, our first thing on the agenda is finding water. We are almost out of water, and I have not found anywhere I can get it. So we're just gonna move slowly from here on out until we can find it, and then go from there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see the castle because it's off in the forest somewhere, covered by everything, and it's a private residence. So unfortunately, like I said, we're not going to see it. We should be crossing right near Ardovie Fort, which is the Pictish one I had talked about earlier, but still don't know what we're going to see. But anyways, been yapping enough, let's get going. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a deer. Oh, we'll probably run into it again. Ardovie Castle. We get to see it from this side. Well, the hill fort is that way, about a mile, but it should be up in that area up there. But we're gonna skip over it. This hill is killer, and I can always visit it another time. One thing's for certain, I sure do know why they picked this hill for a fortification. Woo! Oh my goodness. Well, trying to get that water was futile. I spent about 15 minutes trying to get down to it, but it's like 12 feet down and no way back up. So we're just gonna keep on pressing on. All I got is this liter left, and hopefully when we get to the place that I'm thinking about camping tonight, there'll be some water. So I'm gonna try to make this last as long as I can, because it's also got to get me through tomorrow. That is the big problem down here in the farmlands, is that there's no water, and what water there is, a lot of it is contaminated with things because of the farm. So yeah, we might have a dry camp tonight. So, but we're just plugging along. We just hit 13 miles, so we should be to camp in the next mile and a half. So let's just keep on keeping on. Looks like I'm garnishing some interest from some of the farm's locals. They're all... Oh no. I don't really know what's happening. Oh. Oh. Well, here we go. We're gonna do this. You don't know how ecstatic I was to see that water. I have literally had no water since the beginning of the day, and I've been putting 2 liters of water to use over nearly 15 miles. So obviously I'm not drinking enough, but that was a good refresher, and the water was clear. I pulled it right from the faucet, so nothing for me to really worry about as far as contamination goes. But that'll at least get us over until we get to the next river, which we're going to camp next to tonight, just to be safe. It's going to be a little bit farther than I wanted to push today, but one, there's nowhere to go to sleep. It's all farmland. There's barely any trees, and what trees are there are, you know, they're not that great to sleep in. And then 2, we need water, and that's why we're going to push on to the river that I'm going to look to camp next to. Anyways, just a little quick update. We probably have about 2 more miles left for the day, and then we're done. But the wind is something fierce now. We are finally off all the main roads for the rest of the day. We are in Montreathmont Forest, and then from here we're going to be in Ardovie Forest, where we're going to camp tonight. Shouldn't be too much further, then we'll go from there.
Alrighty, we're basically there. Oh, we just got a few more twisty turnies, and then we're gonna be sitting up next to this, hopefully this little stream. Everything that's marked as a river or a burn or a stream has been dry just because of how dry everything is, but this is a larger one. So my hope is that it's still pretty viable, especially for tonight. Yeah, we've basically pushed 18 miles. I think that's the way I need to go. 1 second. Yeah, I think this is it. But yeah, it's been just super dry is all I'm trying to say. But now we got to figure out how to get through all of these down trees. So I'm going to focus on that now. We get to go around them through all of this. I don't think this path has been used in some time. So we're going to use our phone quite a bit through here. Getting it through hiking through all that mess. Woo! Now we just gotta find the trail again. Wow. So came out to the river, bone dry. So we're kind of in a predicament where I think we're gonna have to camp dry tonight. We got one more spot over here in the forest that we're gonna check. And if that one's running, we'll camp there. If not, we're camping anyways. I did have a major eat crap moment. Lost my phone, my drone, which is back in my backpack, and then my umbrella, also my camera. I don't know what I did. I guess I kicked a root, and next thing you know, I was on my ass, just looking up at the sky going, what the hell? But yeah, I'm gonna keep on paying attention. So yeah, that doesn't happen again. We do got some stagnant water over there. And we have a small little stagnant stream right here. I mean, I've drank from worse. I don't know. I'm just gonna look at the water. It looks pretty buggy. Make sure it's not all disgusting. Actually looks pretty clear, so you might get away with it. Especially if we treat it, which I'm probably gonna do. I always treat water anyways. But this will be a nice little place to camp out tonight, so I think this is where we're gonna end whatever day I'm on. I think day 12. I'll check back in around dinner, all right? So in observing the water a little bit more, it smelt like rotten eggs. So I'm just gonna press on and not tempt myself. There's another river about a half mile up, and then another pond that kind of runs with it. So hopefully that one is moving, and if not, we're just gonna camp dry tonight. And then first chance I can get tomorrow, gonna fill up. But every mile that we get closer to Montrose is less that we have to hike tomorrow. We're already 6 miles, no, what was it, like 5 miles, 5 miles past where I wanted to camp. So we're obviously eating into tomorrow's mileage already. We're close to a 19-mile day. Haven't done that far since the first day when we got our 27er. So we're obviously pushing ourselves today, but it's enough of me yapping. Let's just keep on walking. Well, we're just gonna camp dry tonight. That burn is also quite dry, so unfortunately no water. So we're gonna set up camp over here right off the road and where we need to be for tomorrow. Then we'll go from there. All right guys, let's get camp set up. Home sweet home for the night. So yeah, let's get in.